Here we have the Yaesu FT1000MP Mark 5, and with the big heatsink there at the back, this is the 200 watt model. The power control. But if you wish to limit the power, it can be on either 10, 75 or 200. Quite simple. Hold down fast and tap enter here. So I'll show it again. Hold on fast and then you tap enter, and now we're here. This is in menu 40. You move about with this dial here. So there, see, I'm on 75, 200 and 10. So if you want to limit the power output while you're setting it up, bash it under 10 watts. 75. So when this here is on all the way up, it can't go past 75. Now, but this is what I call a really nice feature. And just get rid of that noise there. But I don't know why they can't have this with smaller steps. Like on the Yaesu FT1000MP, you can dial it up, all the way, I think from 5 or 10 watts all the way to 100. I forget the minimum power. I think it is 5 watts. So you can dial from 5, keep dialing all the way to 100, or you can stick it anywhere you want to. So I'm going to leave it on there, and to exit, do that again. So I'll show you that again. Hold down fast, hit enter. RF out, it's there. There's loads more which I've not yet checked what these are. So don't play with any of them and come back to me. I've only been reading lately on this radio. There's a YouTuber, Carlton's Lab, some German guy, really good, clever guy. Let's be watching his channel, and he showed how to get in to this menu. On Google, it showed me to hold down fast and lock, and then turn the radio on. That didn't do anything for me, so I had another look around, and then I found his channel, checking the outputs and everything on the radio to make sure there's no problems. What all these other menus are, I've not yet checked. So you see there, that's what it's been talking about. Menu 4, RF out. That's the only one I've been looking at. Bleep on, off. Is that a Roger bleep? Don't know. Again, see there. Next one. Don't know. I will do some more reading and come back. So this is an exit. Leave it there. The guy bought the radio off. He had it as a bought from somebody else. It was stored in damp, non-working. Then he goes, I had it working. So I took a gamble on it. And I've had it a couple of days, and he's now pestering me for feedback. So, oh well, it was sold as non-working parts only. So I'm going, but he did say to me he had operating and he had a 5.9 to Germany. Big deal, so what? I can't find me dummy load. It's only a 20 watt version anyway. So I have bought a new one, which is on the way. But I bought this tuning of another radio. What I've done is I put it into AM. On here on the Muppets. I have been elsewhere. When I key and get a bit of SWR. So I'll just hold that down with my leg. See, then it's drifting up. But like I'm using a long wire. So until I get it on my external antenna, just testing the radio on the receive, seeing what I'm picking up. Because I do have a dedicated receiver, which the price has now gone up, so I'm selling it. So providing this receives properly across all bands, I'm happy. Anything else I can sort out later on. So that is how you adjust the power on your Yaesu FT1000MP Mark 5. But there is two of these. There's the field version, which has built-in power supply, and this one has its own dedicated power supply with, I think it's 30 volts output as well as the 13.6. There's the label there. It is a 20 voltage power supply, 30 volts on the 13.6, 13.2, 13.6, or somewhere in between. So for now, I've limited the power. In fact, I may drop it down to 10 watts while I'm having a play about, just so that no damage can be done. Is Pussycat, as usual, having a sleep. Tell her. Say hello. Say hello. Tell her. Doesn't want to. Anyway, here we go. Back to the radio. So you've got lower, upper, CW, AM, FM, RTTY, packet. I've never done anything with packet, but already. Twin VFO. There is a button here somewhere so you can have it on dual or turn that one off, and you can switch between the two. When it's in dual, you can switch between the two, have it receiving on one, transmitting on the other. You've got antenna A and B, and when it's on antenna A, it actually grounds the PL259. That's to limit any possible feedback going into the radio. There's two relays at the back, and if they stick, if one sticks open and you transmit an RF feeds in, what it does is it blows some of the tunnel diodes when the relays stick. That's one thing I was reading about. I did a bit of reading before I bought it, and I thought to myself, yeah, okay. The parts that are mostly getting damaged are not that expensive, so I thought to myself, buy it, as long as the outputs aren't blown and nobody's ripped it apart. For what I paid for, I'm happy. I've not yet checked underneath to see what filters are actually fitted, because if it has the CW filters, that'll come out and get sold, because I cannot do CW, and I've got no interest in CW. So what I may do is sometime tomorrow or Sunday, I may do a video. I'll pop the bottom of it. In fact, what I am going to do is take the top and bottom off, and all the screws and the boards, and then I make sure everything's tight and properly grounded. Again, that was advice from Carlton's lab, or whatever the guy's name is. He was showing there that things come a little bit loose and can cause problems. So while I'm checking the filters tomorrow, what I will do is make sure everything's tight and do a close visual inspection of all the boards and take photographs of all the boards. Just make sure that everything looks as it should. And again, if there's any extra filters in there, because I only want to use, well, AM, FM, and upper and lower sideband. If it has the CW filters, I'll see how much they're worth, pull them out, or I may just leave them in there, just in case I ever do sell the radio, because there's no point in pulling them out, selling the radio, and then say, oh, this bit's missing. It's got this the same mic as on the FT1000, the fast, and this is also power on the FT1000. I've not tried that, and then hold it. No. On the FT1000, if you hold the center button, if you just tap the one, it goes into fast mode. But if you hold it, it actually powers the radio off. But this one does have a hard switch, so that's not a soft switch. And what you may find sometimes when you first turn the radio on, if you turn it on at the mains, sometimes the display takes a second or two to power on. So always turn your power supply on first and then switch on the radio. I've only had it a few days, so I'm still learning the functions and the menus. Some things I like, some things I don't like, but I just need to get used to it. Anyway, that's all, folks. Catch you later. So just before I go again, so it's fast and enter. But on the net, it did show me fast and lock. Just make sure, yep, that is lock. But when I did that, nothing did happen for me. But, well, there we go. Definitely, I'm off now. Catch you later.